Pasuk says, "Chanoch lanar al pidarko." The very, very first, the only parents on the mountain where Storch was not at. Rabbi Weinberger came here and he told over a story, which Rabbi Storch has heard from Rabbi Weinberger many, many times. That's sort of the way I feel. He tells a story of two rabbis that used to send each other letters for 20 years.
I can tell the story.
Okay, he knows the story. It says in the Navi, "Chanoch lanar al pidarko." Our yeshiva has been I guess I'm really tired from the weekend. As Rabbi Friedman said on the video, there's really very few people in our yeshiva who really understand kids the way Rabbi Storch does. I've watched it for 18 years. I have incredible appreciation. I don't know why I'm getting so crazy emotional now, but it's just the way I was born, so I apologize. When the Rambam discusses the love that a person's supposed to have for Hashem, he gives a mashal, the love that a husband has for a wife. And I always understood that the reason for that is that kind of love has to be all in. There's no halfway. When it comes to a marriage relationship, it's got to be all in. And when it comes to your relationship with Hashem, it's got to be all in. I think one of the things the boys can learn from Rabbi Storch in our yeshiva, he's all in. There's very, very few people who are as all in as he is. He doesn't ever ask for his own time. He works from the first crack of dawn till way past everything at night, the latest possible. He's totally all in. And that's a gift that our yeshiva has, and he's not the only one. There are many people who do that, but very few who do it like Rabbi Storch does. And I think that's a big lesson to our students when you're going to get out there in the world, the business world. So sometimes people have the attitude of what's the company doing for me? And how come I don't get paid enough? And how come I should get more? Rabbi Storch, you never hear that. You always hear, how much more can I give? How much more can I put in? And that's tremendous. And I mentioned also the way he understands kids, he understands teenagers like nobody I know understands them. Like Rabbi Friedman says, "Chanoch lanar al pidarko." Every kid in this yeshiva has really benefited. I just want to close with two other words. Just an incredible, on behalf of the yeshiva, an incredible thank you to Yafa Storch. Rabbi Storch and I joke about it all the time. Maybe I shouldn't reveal some of these things that we joke about all the time, but let's just say it nicely. Yafa makes very, very little demands on Rabbi Storch for things that have to do with the family. And because of that, 23 out of the 24 hours a day he's working for the yeshiva. And we really have tremendous appreciation to Yafa for holding up the rest of the fort pretty much by herself while Rabbi Storch is dedicated to our yeshiva. And just my last bracha is that, and Rabbi Storch has heard me say this many, many times, but my favorite Chasam Sofer talks about why Avram Avinu was blessed with his own tremendous religious growth, even though he spent all his time dealing with everybody else's problems. Because when you have to deal with everybody else's problems, you don't have time so much as you would like to work on yourself. And Rabbi Storch is somebody who walks around literally with the problems of our current students, with the problems of our alumni, with the marriages of our alumni, with the with all kinds of sorrows and people who have issues who come to him. He's such a naturally easy person to talk to that literally, 30, 40, 70, 100, 120, I don't know really what the number is, of people who come back to him and constantly ask him for guidance, and they just want someone to talk to give him real, down-to-earth guidance of what to do. And I just want to bless Rabbi Storch with the Chasam Sofer's blessing, which Baruch Hashem, we've already seen it come true, and it should continue to come true. And that is, the Chasam Sofer says that since Avraham Avinu was worried about everybody else's sorrow, so Hashem blessed him and gave him, even the little time that he did put into his own growth, Hashem blessed him and saw his own growth really skyrocket. And Baruch Hashem, Rabbi Storch has seen that, and he carves out time to work on himself, to learn, to grow. And what can I say but on behalf of the 18 years of students, of alumni, of graduates, a small little thank you. We really appreciate everything that you've done. Thank you very much.
Grateful appreciation of Rabbi Storch, known as 18 years of dedicated service to the students and families of the Davis and Nostalgia for boys. As a master educator, you've embodied the words of the prophet, treating each boy as if he was your own. In the merit of all your tireless, outstanding, dedicated service to our yeshiva, may Hashem bless you tenfold with non-customer from your Talmidim, Shem Kabbanim, Banim Shem Talmidim. May our yeshiva continue to benefit from your sagacious wisdom for many years to come, at least another 18, hopefully more. IBS Gold Tzedek presented to the parents of our month, November 21st, 2015, the 9th of Kislev, 5776. Now it's my chance for you, Rebuttal. Really, this award is just one large ploy to actually get me in here for the singing portion. Normally I'm outside directing traffic, so anything that Rabbi Kaminetsky could do to get me to sing a little bit. Those are yours. If anybody ever Chas passed away needs a hesped, Nathan Farber's available. I think they should switch and make hesped with video tributes. We will pay a lot closer attention. This week we read Vayehi K'yomim Achadim, that it was like one day, it was like a very short amount of time in which Yaakov worked for his beloved Rachel. But if you talk to any engaged couple, it's not really a short amount of time. But for Yaakov, it was a very short amount of time. And everybody asks, it should be, what do you mean it was a short amount of time? So I heard, listening to a shir this past week, as I was responding to emails, and Rabbi Eliphaz suggested, if you look very carefully, it's because Ahavas Osa, because he loved her. He wasn't doing it for himself, he was doing it for other people. He was part of a dream, he was part of a mission. While he was working for Rachel the whole entire time, he was thinking about the formation of Klal Yisrael, the development of a family. Because his whole vision was not on himself and on the work, therefore it was a very short amount of time. When they came to me and said, we're honoring you for 18 years, it didn't feel like 18 years, it feels like yesterday. Where Rabbi Kaminetsky and I met at 140 Central Avenue. And he said, your first job is going to be, remember this, we went to Chelsea Piers. We took a bunch of 8th graders and I had to play indoor soccer. Like, if every day is like this, it'll be fun. When I got home, I'm like, I don't think I can do this every day. A little bit too strenuous. But it's been like one short day, each day with a new memory, more fun than the day before. And I just really want to say one theme and share it in many different ways. This week, Leah, when she's naming her child, she gets the Yehuda to her 4th son, and she says, Hashem. She gives thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for this. And Leah is known as the first one to publicly thank the HaKadosh Baruch Hu for everything. It's very interesting because the Medrash says that there are many people who were modeh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And in that list is Leah and Yehuda. So Leah we know from this week's parasha, but Yehuda, what did he do to thank other people? So the story goes, when it came time to him and Tamar, we're not going to get into the details, when he recognized that she was correct and he was wrong, he let out the famous words of Santa mimeni at. You are actually more correct than I am, and he admitted that he was wrong. And the Kaminetsky develops a theme that there are two words that are very closely related in Hebrew. And that is one of hodeh, which is to thank, and modeh, which is to admit. And the Kaminetsky says when you thank somebody, you're essentially admitting that you couldn't have done it without them. If I thank you for helping me cross the street, it's because I couldn't have crossed the street without your guidance, without your help. So every time we say thank you, we're admitting that you couldn't have done it without them. And I couldn't have done it with a lot of people these past 18 years because it was Yamim Achadim, it was like a very short trip. And therefore, there are just a couple of people, about 400, whoever's here, that I would like to thank. Before I begin, I forgot I would like to mention just that my family is here tonight. I'm much appreciative that I couldn't have done it without them. Moshe Brazil, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister-in-law, my wife, 2 of my 7 kids, Baruch Hashem, and they've been a part of every bit of this particular journey. But I don't know if Brazil you got them, but you know, my first day moving into this building, as we're moving in, we had a hockey game. I had the slips of meeting Andre. Andre and the crew, they set up this room tonight. Not only did they set up this room, they set up every single room, each and every day. Really, when it starts from people like that who are dedicated to the yeshiva, dedicated to the learning of the boys, so they really deserve a big yasher. I saw Richie Hager in the video, Richie and Chaim. I think Richie started this job about a month before me, and he greeted me into the yeshiva with tremendously open arms, and everything we do here is always facilitated by that particular office, so everybody from there, I really have to say thank you, and everybody in the building. There are a lot of boys in this yeshiva, so we need a couple of mothers. And each and every day, I get to go to my office. I get greeted by the office staff, by Sue and Marley, and Debbie comes in and says, "Everybody here today, Rabbi? Everybody's here today, Debbie." And everybody knows that whenever they need something, they can go to anybody in the office staff. There's always warm and friendly, and always here to be your additional mother. So they really deserve a tremendous thank. You know, as time evolves, we have all kinds of new departments. You're looking at Simcha Summers and taking pictures, just a kid. Simcha, Karen, Rabbi from this new technology department, they've taken our learning to a tremendous next level. They really deserve a tremendous For 8 years here, I was 9 years, I was doing what I always loved, which is just teaching. The dedication and commitment of all the secular teachers here is something that I collaborated with on a tremendous amount of opportunities. I learned from them how to teach and to watch. People don't realize how much time that they put in. To walk around the building over the course of the day and to see these teachers teach is an incredible gift that you have. It makes it fun to come to school each and every day. So really all the teachers here, they deserve a tremendous yasher. One of the easiest, I probably have the easiest job in the world, but let me explain why. My primary responsibility here is to supervise all the Rabbi. It's like being asked to coach an all-star team. I walk around the building every day, I walk into all the shiurim, I see learning, I say, great, I have nothing to work on today. It is an incredible gift to see Rabbi come with a smile on their face, eager to learn, excited to teach, every day, just so that the boys could grow a tremendous amount. For that, I had tremendous hakaras hatov. If I were like Michael Ruzioni, I don't know if you ever saw this clip, we saw this on about 100 DRS trips. was the 1980 Olympics. After the United States won gold, instead of him just saying, thank you for the gold medal, he invited all the Rabbi up, he invited all the entire team up to the front to the gold medal stand. When I learned on DRS bus trips. I wasn't allowed to watch it because Shelley was getting married the next day, if you remember. Anyway, so I would be my great pleasure to have a picture after this with all the Rabbi, because really my honor is your honor. So thank you very much. This is probably one of the things that sets the arts apart, in my opinion, is when you walk into this building, everybody is having a good time. It's always fun, there's always activities, there's always another tournament that you never heard of before. Rabbi Brazil, Rabbi Farber, they do a tremendous job in turning this into Camp DRS. I'll give you another panel for that later. Rabbi Yudin, can you imagine that in a school where you're in charge of discipline, the guy who does discipline, everybody wants to go to his office? Everyone's laughing because it's actually true. And he has a great way about it. So let's give a big thank you to Rabbi Yudin. You saw the video of Dr. Kirschenbaum had to say about me, but really the truth is that I have learned so much about what's called professionalism from Dr. Kirschenbaum, who comes every day before you guys wake up, and he's here probably before you guys go to sleep. But it's not just about the time, it's about how he makes sure that everything is done in a completely professional manner. You have shown me so much and taught me so much about what it is to be an educator. Thank you, Dr. Kirschenbaum. I want to share with you a story. For those of you who don't know, in 1998 to 99, I was the director of student activities. So we were planning a junior trip that year. And it was technical, it was detailed. Shavuos, Rabbi Kaminetsky doesn't remember the story. I just have a weird memory to remember most conversations I've ever had. So I was talking to Rabbi Kaminetsky, and we couldn't figure out when we were going to have the junior trip. So I innocently said, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have a junior trip this year. No other yeshiva has a junior trip. Rabbi Kaminetsky stops and he looks at me and he says, this is not any other yeshiva. I was like, whoa. But the truth is that everything that comes from his office, that mission of making this the best place it could be, not because any other yeshiva works like that, because this has to be the best place for the boys, all comes from Rabbi Kaminetsky. We know that I just want to thank, and that's first of all the parents. When you go into chinuch, when you go into chinuch, it's one of the things they say. One person once told me, I go into chinuch if it was a school for orphans. Took a lot of people to get there. Anyway, and you got it right. Since I've gotten here, parents call to complain, but it's always to advocate for the child. The parent body here, not just the ones in front of you, but the people who've been here for the last 18 years, all they have tried to do is advocate for their child to make sure that their kid gets the best education possible. I'll be on the phone to get yelled at about that my whole life. We're all on the same team, and it's something that has shown me tremendously about what a parent should do for a child. So thank you very much for showing me how to do that. And Akron says in Gemara in Tainus, Umei Talmida Yosef Yekulo. I write this every year in the yearbook, and I know nobody's read it, so I'm okay for reading it now. It's a true story. Maybe I can't write it this year. The Gemara says Umei Talmida Yosef Yekulo, that I've learned more from my Talmidim than anybody else. And the common understanding is that when I have someone say something in class and they respond to the question, I then understand it on a much deeper level. But I'd like to suggest what Umei Talmida Yosef Yekulam means on a much broader level. Umei Talmida Yosef Yekulam could mean the following. I started teaching in 1998. When I got to chinuch, I thought I teach a Gemara, I teach some Rashi, I teach some Tosfos, I go home, I eat dinner, and I go to sleep. Of a person is. Talmidim that I knew who were the greatest of students are now Rebbeim and Yeshivas in Eretz Yisrael. Talmidim who were nice boys are now running companies that are setting the world on fire. A Talmud that we had, he works for Time magazine. Another Talmud, he's out in the workforce, Mekadoshim Shemayim each and every day by running various organizations. Another Talmud's up in college making sure that they have kosher food. About once a week, a parent sends me an article about accomplishments of a different Talmud. To see the potential of a person is incredible. To walk in each day and to see different Talmudim, but to be able to see them 20 years from now, to see what they could accomplish, is really incredible and an obligation to all of us. So when I have to thank the Talmudim, I thank the Talmudim for trying to learn, for trying to grow, and becoming what you become. That's what it means, I think, when it says, Umei Talmidai, Yosef Mikul. I've learned from you the power of the person and how much they grow. So on behalf of my family, I just want to thank everybody here tonight for this honor. It's not my honor, it's really your honor. Thank you so much.